Hello, this is Dudley Baker, founder of Common Stock Warrants. I thought I'd share with you how I got the original idea to start my service. At the time, it was called Precious Metals Warrants. So let me take you on this journey here. In the fall of 2004, I happened to be in Las Vegas. There was a mining conference. We had a lot more mining conferences back in the day. There was always something going on in Las Vegas. Vancouver, New York, Toronto, just a lot more activity. Markets were pretty good back then, and everything made a lot of sense. I happened to be, and I was there at the time, just as Joe Blow investor myself, because I always had the hot button for the resource sector. And so I was at the conference there. Like I said, it was in the fall of 2004. Walking all the booths and talking to people and all of this stuff, hearing some of the speakers in the main conference room. I heard this individual, his name was Frank Holmes. I heard Frank on the podium, and he mentioned something about stock warrants. And I thought, oh my goodness, why didn't I think about that? I'd already told you in a previous segment that I had stumbled upon, the RHM warrant survey way back in the late 1970s. So this was like, oh my goodness, and it all started coming together. So then I'm in Las Vegas. We're at the mining conference. I'm going up and down like a madman, up and down the halls of the conference halls, and asking all the companies, do you have stock warrants that are trading? And no. And they said, well, we used to, but we don't anymore. And so it's always one of these things that it's a revolving door with the warrants. So anyhow, I was just excited. Again, I'd flown up. I was driving back with my buddy that had been on personal business up in Toronto. And so we rendezvoused in Vegas, and our plan was to drive back. So we had about a 3-day drive, and so, man, I'm just all excited. I'm talking about warrants, and I know as soon as I get home, I'm going to be able to get on the internet, and I'm going to be able to find, a service that's got all this information that I could ever want. And so we finally get back home. After a day or two, I'm frustrated, disappointed, said, wow, doesn't exist. What I want does not exist. And, I didn't want one name here, 2 names there. I want everything. And then I'll decide what I want to do with it, if anything. And so finally, a couple of the Canadian friends, I know it's probably a lot of Canadian people are into the resource sector. There's a lot more activity in the resource sector up in Canada. And so that's not unusual that the Canadians are more privy to this information than maybe U.S. investors. So anyhow, it was just kind of fun, and I got excited, and so then disappointed. And then a few of the friends said, Dudley, you've got the skills. You know what you want. Just put it together yourself. And so that began the journey, and over probably the next 6 months or so, put everything together. Found a web guy at the time, and we finally got it all done. We were, right there in the May time frame, May of 2005. I remember it was kind of interesting that. Just as we were launching, we're going to launch it. I had a banner ad that was going to be running on 321 Gold. And so I had one or more discussions with Bob Moriarty at 321 Gold and his late wife, Barbara. And so we launched this baby in real time. And almost immediately, Bob Moriarty calls and says, Dudley, you can't do that. You can't do that. I said, what do you mean? So I must have had on the home page a picture of a rocket ship. It was blasting off, and I thought, wow, this is cool. This kind of goes with the service blasting off and stock warrants and excitement and all this stuff. And no, you can't do that. You can't do that. So I immediately got the adjustments made. And but this was the beginning of the journey, and it's really been cool. I mean, it was an immediate success, and no, it was just really nice. And then I could manage it because I knew what I wanted to see, and I figured I'm the most critical person of all. I know what information that I believe is needed. Now, years later, we changed the name from precious metals warrants to common stock warrants. And we did this because we greatly expanded our databases to include all stock warrants that are trading, U.S. and Canada, all industries, all sectors. And so now we're sitting somewhere between 850 to probably 900 different companies that currently have stock warrants that are trading. So it's a bunch. If anything, we probably have too much information for you. But right now, you can slice and dice our data any way that you want, and find what you're looking for. But the main thing is you have the availability, and you can always know which companies have stock warrants that are trading. And this is the most important thing. Now, whether you want to buy those or not, but you need the list. You need the list. So this was the beginning of the journey in 2004. So it's a cool journey, and again, I got to know Frank Holmes a lot better. I cover this in another segment, but it's just been a great journey. So we'll let you go for right now, and we'll be back with you soon. Adios for now.